I'm Beck and I'm welcoming Sage and Clare into my home for a heart to heart. I moved into this house 1 year ago. I live here with my husband Andy and our two kids Woody and Dottie and our beautiful miniature dachshund Albie. Our house was built in 1963 and then stayed in one family until we bought it last year. We love the character, we love the vintage elements. And the way that we've integrated that with our family and our own style is just to be really relaxed about, I think, having toys and books and board games and records. I think all of that tell you a bit of a story about who lives here. I love the sense of nostalgia that old things bring to your home. I'll bring something into my house and a lot of people go, oh my gosh, my grandma had that or my auntie had that. And so it really brings this warmth to my house that people feel at ease and at home because it's familiar in a way. I would say that my relationship to collecting has really taken off more recently. I think I just found this new side of me that loves the discovery, the thrill of the chase, finding bits and pieces and putting them all together. Whereas previously I was probably a little bit like, oh, I don't know if they'll match. Whereas now I don't care. I'm like, no, the more the better. It's going to look fabulous. The thing about old houses is they come with a lot of quirks, a lot of history, but a lot of character as well. When I moved here, I had this new thing to deal with, which was the brick wall, and it had a recess in it, like a little shelf, but nothing. It's not deep enough to fit anything on it. So I really grappled with that. In the end, I ended up just getting a massive piece of plywood from Bunnings and doing my own painting to cover it up. When we inspected this house, we immediately fell in love with its character and the period pieces like the panelled wall, the slate fireplace, and we knew instantly that we would preserve most of the elements. I think what makes something worth bringing home from the op shop or the thrift shop is something that you love. I don't think it really needs to make sense or be beautiful to anyone but you and probably the people that live in your house. I think when you go shopping, you generally have an idea of what you're after in your mind when you head out to the store. Whereas when you go hunting for vintage or secondhand things, it's almost like they tell you what you're shopping for. A piece that I've brought in that completely transformed the feel of the house was definitely the vintage curtains in the dining room. They brought such warmth to the room, fun colour. They were the catalyst for really leaning in. While I love mid-century, I also love mixing it with more contemporary pieces. So that kind of stops it from looking like a movie set or a museum. So I'll love like having a vintage piece of artwork next to like an acrylic sign from our wedding. And I think the two sort of offset each other in a really fun way. One thing that I don't think people would realize the story behind is our dining table. It is a vintage dining table. I got it off Marketplace. I went to Carlton to a med student share house right next to Melbourne University, and I feel like that table has seen some stuff. I think it has probably moved from share house to share house to share house. Understandably, I think people have become cautious of putting too much of their own stamp on a home because they want it to have resale value, and I think that is so understandable. But what I would say is just you have to live there too and you have to love it. It's your space, and you can always paint something back to white or bring in colour in less permanent elements. So if that's what you love, you deserve it. You should embrace the colour. Vintage shopping has definitely changed the way that I approach buying new things. I think it really makes me realize that stuff's here for good. Everything that you've ever owned still exists. It's just in a landfill. So I think it really makes me think of the fact that this is a permanent item in the world now. And if we can reduce or if we can have a think about the fact that this is going to be around and really love what we're buying and really embrace it for many years, I think that's really important. Thanks so much for popping by. I hope you enjoyed it.